2 months ago, about 2 months ago, I don't know, I was not a morning person at all. And I would like wake up at 3 in the afternoon and shit, and I'd sleep every chance I got. And now, literally, it's 8:20. I've been up. At around 6, I woke up and I was like, you know what? I deserve this. Let me sleep in, because I thought it was like 9. And then I wake up proper and I check the time and it's still 7. And I'm like, oh, okay. Three quotes that I live by that I feel benefit me every single day. One is one that I learned when I was like a kid from Akila and the Bee, and it's that poem. I forgot who it's by, but it starts with our deepest fear is not that we our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. A lot of the time we're held back by the fear that how we're going to be perceived because of how good we are at something, or how good we're getting, or like how much we're trying. I don't know, but like it just really stuck with me because a lot of the time I do like hold back on certain stuff because I don't want to draw too much attention to myself, or I'm scared of how people are going to perceive me because of that, or it's just like it just really stuck with me. And whenever I remember it, I try to apply it, and I am grateful to have remembered that quote in times where it mattered. And another one, I don't even know when I learned this because it's been around forever. Bruce Lee was like, be water, my friend. That whole speech of his, spot fucking on, bro. Because it works with everything. Be water, my friend. I use it a lot with skating. Like when I can't, like when I'm like trying to do something and I can't land on the board, I just tell myself to be water, like to just go where the board goes, do what the board does, like just like flow like water. And even in life, like when shit's just not going right, just be water, just be with it, just like accept it, and just what you resist persists. We all know this. And whenever I get like anxious, or I get sad, or I get anything, I always try to like push it away. I always try to like, you know, get rid of the feeling, shake it off. But I realized that I just gotta accept the feeling, be okay with the feeling, like forgive for the feeling, be okay with the feeling being there, because it's gonna be there. So I might as well be okay with it. And like, what am I gonna like? And as soon as I started like accepting my emotions, they started like working in my favor. I'm not saying I don't get sad, and I'm not saying I don't get anxious. I'm just saying I know how to manage it now. And I'll talk about how I manage it after this. But third quote that I live by is Jake the dog. Don't let the dragon drag on. I I I literally could give that quote so much credit. That quote did wonders for me, bro. Because it's saying don't let the dragon drag on. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, but it does. If you watch the show, it'll make sense. And how I apply it is like, don't let the dragon drag on. Don't let this shit drag on. Basically, that's it. Don't let whatever that is that's fucking with you, don't let it drag on. And I've been letting shit drag on, hey. I've been letting shit drag on my whole life. And as soon as I started thinking about that, like going like, and I put it on my thingy, in my about section on WhatsApp. It's been there for, I don't know, maybe a couple months now. But as soon as I just decided like, yo, this shit is dragging, and I don't need it. As soon as I made that decision, shit just started falling into place where I needed it to. Well, not everything obviously, but like shit just started, the shit I applied that to didn't drag on. Like sleeping in all the time, I was like, yo, don't let the dragon drag on. Like just, and also don't let shit be a drag. Don't let life be a drag. If shit's a drag, get rid of it or deal with it. Like, yeah. So don't let the dragon drag on. And these quotes are like shit that works for me and stuff that gets an emotional reaction out of me. So I'm not like saying like, these quotes would change your life. I'm just saying, there's some cool quotes that I really like. But like how I manage like my mental health and stuff, a lot of the time, right, when I go out somewhere or go do anything, like anything that is very like social, at the end of the day I get home and I feel very anxious. And it's not because I didn't enjoy myself. I could have the best day of my fucking life. Yesterday I had the best day ever. I had a really good day. I could have the best day of my fucking life and then get home and feel so freaking anxious. Like like I'm like, I feel it in my face, in my chest, like I'm just not okay. And at first okay, people are yelling. At first I thought that like, oh, I must not, maybe I shouldn't be around these people, maybe their energy is like fucking with me or whatever, maybe I shouldn't be around these people, or I shouldn't, or maybe I'm not supposed to be around like a lot of people at once, that so I'd avoid situations like that. And I still do to some extent. I still avoid like big crowds because I just don't, I don't thrive in a crowd, I guess. And this I do this, I plan to do this for any situation that makes me feel anxious or sad or whatever. Like when there is a negative feeling and I want to, you know, work through it and get, and like, you know, so I can like be happy. Like what I do, I did it last night. So what I do is I'll light a candle and then I take a piece of paper. I write down everything I feel in detail, like every single thing I feel physically, emotionally, like just every single detail about the way you feel, that from your toes up to the root of your hair. It won't like release all that tension, but it might release some of it. I'm just saying this is how it works with me, but like it releases some of that tension, like writing all that stuff down. And then after I write it all down, I take the paper and I burn it with the candle. And you're gonna need a heat-proof dish to like drop it in because you don't want to burn your hands, unless you have tweezers or something and you can hold it with tweezers. But I burn it, drop it in there, make sure it's all burnt up. So after the paper is burnt up, I like sit and meditate. And you can do whatever meditation works for you. You can do a guided meditation. I just like want, the main goal is to like completely calm yourself down, because now you've worked through these emotions verbally or like writing them down. Like you, now that you've worked through all those emotions, they're not like attacking you now. They're just like, you know, there. It's just like a matter of fact thing, like, okay, this thing is here, this thing is here, this thing is there. They're not like just coming at you like making you feel crazy or whatever. They're just emotions. So when you get to that state, and I understand that not everybody's good at meditating, but it's something that you learn. Sit down, close my eyes, deep breaths. I take like maybe a few, less than 5, like really deep breath, like in through the nose, fill up your stomach like all the way, and then out through the mouth, just to like release some tension in your body. And then do that a couple of times, and then like just take on a slow steady breath and try to breathe through your nose the whole, like don't breathe through your mouth at all, keep your mouth closed, and steady breath in through your nose into your stomach and out through your nose again. Make sure your exhale is longer than your inhale. Try to make it twice as long, but I just like, you know, try to make it longer than my inhale. That's why like singing is very therapeutic, because like it extends your exhale. So when you extend your exhale, it calms your body down, because when you are able to calm your body down, you can calm your brain down a lot better. And when your body is still, the mind can be still as well. Breathing is very like, it can change, like just paying attention to the way you breathe can change your entire state of being. Because like breathing is constant. It's something that like you can, it's like, it's always there. You're always breathing, or I guess, well, most of the time you're breathing. So it's always there for you to like, it's something that's a constant that you can always come back to. Unless you can't breathe, then I'm sorry. And I'm not saying it's gonna work for everybody. I'm just saying that's what works for you. Like shadow work is something that's that's what I'm doing, by the way. This whole process, I think it is shadow work. But like shadow work is something that's like subjective. Like we're not all gonna do it the same, and we're all like, I believe in astrology, especially because my astrological chart is very much accurate and it describes me to a T. And I'm a Gemini moon, which means I like to talk about things. So like journaling works like a charm for me. So journaling works for me. So I'd suggest you find out what your moon sign is, so that you can like figure out how to deal with your emotions and stuff, because the moon has to do with emotions. A little depression nap would do you wonders, honestly. Like if you're just tired and you're like, I don't recommend going to sleep with heavy emotions. I don't recommend that, because yeah, it's just not good to go to sleep with heavy emotions. So I'd suggest you meditate or do like journal, or try to do something to get the emotions off your chest. Talk to somebody, try to do something, talk to yourself. Just try to do something to get the emotions off your chest. Cry it out evenly. Whenever I get the idea that, okay, I might go to a skate park today, I do it, because I know that I won't regret it, and I know that it will make me feel better at the end of the day. There are days where I don't have good skate days, where I can't do any, where like I'm just not making any progress. It's hot, like I'm just not enjoying myself, but I still don't regret those days. I'm still like happy that I went outside and did something that I liked, because like that's like taking care of yourself, man. Like making an effort for yourself, and I appreciate that. I appreciate myself for making an effort for myself. Go somewhere, taste the fucking sun. Why don't you? Remember on The Martian, where he would like do these video cast thingies, where like video journal. Yeah, it's basically like a video journal. Yeah, so like I do that basically. I just sit in front of my laptop camera and start talking a bunch of shit about random whatevers, because honestly I enjoy verbal communication better than texting. Like texting is fun, it's great, it's convenient, but I like verbal speech better. I send voice notes a lot because I just like talking. I like being able to physically speak. So yeah, also learn about yourself, bruh. Like these things are stuff that works for me. So like learn about yourself, like figure yourself out. You can't be trying to take care of yourself without knowing anything about yourself. It's like trying to get a puppy without knowing what a puppy eats. Watching The Office is literally, it makes me so happy. It's literally like the funniest thing on this planet, and it makes me really happy. So yeah, watch The Office. I recommend it. I feel like all these like mental health videos don't tell you this, hey, because they didn't go through it, but I went through it. So I have all these things about like taking care of yourself or whatever. I've known them since high school, since grade 12. So it's been like 3 years now. So I've known them all that time, but I've only been able to apply them now. And why is that? I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking clue, bruh. Like you will know exactly what you're supposed to do to change your life, and you won't be able to do it until a certain time, which is so crazy. Like I thought I was the only person who went through that, because I was like, it does not make sense for me to know what to do to be happy and not do it. And then I saw this other girl, her name is Shaylin. I saw her on Instagram Live, and she said that like she basically described that, like knowing exactly what you're supposed to do and not being able to do it. Yeah. And then it came to a point where like I just kept getting a lot of, throughout like June, July, I just had been getting a lot of like messages to like that, like, yo, you need to start showing up for yourself, bitch. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I started getting a lot of messages like that. Like everywhere I look on the internet, someone is telling me to show up for myself, or that exact phrase too. They would say show up for yourself, which I've never seen anybody say it like that before, but they'll say like show up for yourself, blah, blah, blah. And I got a fortune cookie, and it's like, knowing that fortune cookie part, I still have it. Hold on. It says, to know is not enough, you must do. Okay. It says, knowing is not enough, you must apply. Willing is not enough, you must do. willing is not enough, you must do. It's like reminding me to put more action into my life. And yeah, but and like I don't know, stuff that just kept telling me to like get it together. And I had so many excuses to not get it together. And then towards the end of July, I got rid of my last excuse. I felt like I was being dragged to the fucking floor. And I was just okay with it. And then, like, at some point I was like, what the fuck is happening with my life? So, who the fuck are you? Because, like, what is this, child? What is this? What are you doing? What are we doing? What the fuck is this? Like, and I had to get my shit together and get my shit, put it in a bag, and get it together. And now we're here. And honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I have shit figured out. I don't have anything figured out. I don't know. Literally, I do not know what I have figured out. I don't know what I haven't figured out. Chances are I figured out nothing. But I feel good right now. That's literally all I know about reality, is I feel good right now. And that's all you need to know, for real. So, yeah. That's my take on mental health. I really hope I didn't look crusty throughout this thing, because I'm going to scrap this whole video if I did. The light is not hitting my good side, so anyway.